Have OM System finally got it right? Well, join me and find out. Roll titles. Well, hi YouTube, Brian James at Micro Four Thirds Guy with you once again. And yes, have OM System actually got it right? So what do I mean by that? Well, we just had the release of the OM3 and those fabulous 3 lenses, the two little primes and the zoom, which have come out. And it's all worked rather well in my opinion, hasn't it? It's been very good, but it hasn't always been the case of that with OM System since it took over from Olympus. If you remember, cast your mind back to that very last Olympus camera, which was released under the name of OM System, but it still had Olympus on it, the OM1 Mark I. Now, I loved that camera, but it was fraught with all sorts of issues. And not the camera itself, don't get me wrong. In fact, I don't think I've really put out anything bad about any of the gear since OM System took over the reins. The DJI, I think, is the parent company. The closest thing I came to that was that wonderful great big 600mm zoom that they've got, and then that was mainly about its size because it was a conversion, but you know, apart from that, absolutely superb lens. It works incredibly well. But when that OM1 Mark I came out, remember what we had? We had this amazing hype, how this fantastic game-changing camera was on the way. And it carried on with the hype, and it carried on because it was put back and you know, there's all sorts of things. We seemed to be waiting forever for it. Then it came along, and well, yeah, they've released a fantastic new camera, but you couldn't buy it. Nobody could buy it. You couldn't get hold of one. The OM1 Mark II came out a year or so after that. Noticeable improvements, especially in the autofocus, because if you remember, people like my friend Robin Wong pointed out problems with that, and I believe it was backed up also by Rob Trek. He backed that up as well, and he talked about it in one of his podcasts just a couple of days ago. But again, it was how do you get hold of this camera? It all seemed to be really difficult to get in the supply chain. Yes, you've released this camera, you've had big hype, but it was poorly marketed. The marketing has been atrocious in my opinion, which I've said on many occasions. But, and this is the big but, we've had a few products released, but this recent OM3 and the 3 new lenses which came out has really knocked it for 6 for the previous sort of issues. I think the marketing timing was perfect. I think the little tasters they gave were just right. It gave me a bit of a heads up that it was probably going to be an OM1 film camera lookalike, which it was, but also very much in the sort of Pen F with that colour wheel on the front. I liked what I was seeing. And it wasn't too soon, and it wasn't too late. It was just that right amount to get the juices flowing inside you to think, this is going to be exciting, without then dragging on and losing the excitement. So they did that well. But even better than that, I'm seeing so many people who've put in orders on the internet from the day it was launched, and they're getting them already. A couple of days later, they're getting them through. A few of my viewers, if you're watching, Trish certainly is one of them, who ordered the camera, and she told me she was going to order it, and it was almost the next day she got it through, and I was so pleased for her. I really was over the moon for her that she got her camera so quickly. So my opinion in life is, if somebody does something I don't like, I'll tell them about it. But if somebody does something which is good, I'll try and tell them that as well. So Olympus, OM System, whatever you want to call yourself, it's working. This time it was absolutely perfect. The timing for the OM3 was fabulous. I think the range of lens that you brought out, the only criticism I had was about the focus, the focus clutch. I happen to like that, some people don't. But it doesn't detract the fact that we have some water sealed, or well, yeah, I think they are water sealed. I think they're certainly weather resistant. Little 1.8 lenses which are usable, which are easy to use, which are really good quality, and give us that extra little bit of shooting where we can take them outside in inclement weather and not worry about losing our lens altogether. Thank you, OM System. Thank you so much, because I think that this is a real turning point for you. I really do think that. When I've looked back on the OM1N, the OM1 Mark I and the OM1 Mark II, when people got the cameras, they loved them. But it was the weight which had put them off. They were sitting in a sales queue to try and get them. The marketing hadn't been put together with the production line properly. And obviously that was because it was a new company, and I know these things. I'm not, I'm not looking for excuses in the comments. You are welcome to leave comments, of course, below if you want to. But I'm not looking for the reasons and excuses. We've been over that ground. But as I say, this is just a video just to say thank you, OM System, for getting your finger out, for doing a really good job on the marketing, which I've always been very dismissive of, and by getting out what I think are some fantastic product. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think they got it right this time? Are you still having problems getting it? Could be country dependent. That's always the sort of way. But I know certainly in so far as North America, UK, I'm presuming most of Europe and Australasia, they were coming through thick and fast, which is superb. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Also, when you're down there, give us all, like, share, thumbs up, all that sort of rubbish. You know what it is. But until the next time, this is Brian James, a Micro Four Thirds guy, saying, keep on taking your camera out, keep on having fun with your photography, and I'll see you probably next time will be in foreign climes. I don't think I'll fit one in before then, but I might do. See how it goes. All the best. Bye-bye.